Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Things are very calm on the homestead this month. Dusty relaxes into some field work, while I learn how not to use a forklift. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to a Dusty survival series. I'm talking quite quietly because it's just such a lovely morning. It's about 6:45 in September. The sun is just coming up over the mountains, as you can see there, poking through the tops, cutting through the trees. It is gorgeous. I'm just here down at Dusty's field 21, next to the grain mill. At the end of last month, Dusty managed to get in a crop of oilseed radish, which is excellent. Now, obviously you didn't see this on camera, but it was just something that Dusty wanted to do, just to make this a bit of an easier process in terms of fertilization. It is far cheaper to put seed in the ground like this and grow it and then cultivate it in than it is to go ahead and just spray or use solid fertilizer. So where we can, we will always try and use this option, but obviously we just ran out of time at the end of last month. So back at the homestead, we'll take a pop up there shortly. We've got some more field work to do, but yeah, I'm just down here having a quick look. Let's head over to the mill and see what's going on there in terms of production. Well, we are fully underway here, ladies and gentlemen. Lots going on. What's this? We've got 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 lovely pallets of flour. We've got 5 already stacked. We will need to get these moved. Can't do it just yet because the forklift has been moved up to the homestead, because we've got lots of pallets up there that also need moving. So it's definitely going to be an organisation day. Right, you can hear the mill working. Lots of stuff going on here. Brilliant. The stone crusher has been fantastic. That was such a good purchase. It's now empty. We don't have any stones left. It's full of water. We absolutely filled that up. We didn't want to have to keep going backwards and forwards with the Bowser. The trailer's still down here, as you can see, and we've dumped the spreader in the back there just to make that a bit easier to take back up. So we'll get that back up to the homestead shortly. I don't think we're going to need it down here, and I'd like to keep things tidily stowed away. We also need to take the Bowser back up because we need to use it for watering the sheep and the plants, so that needs to go back. And given that the stone crusher is now full, I think that can go. So I think everything's working out quite well down here. I don't need to worry about the other production chains at the minute, although if Dusty and I do get 5 minutes this month, we will pop around in the truck and just see how things are going. Yeah, so let's head back up to the homestead. I think Dusty's up there already. It's a lovely crisp morning, so he'll be certainly out and about. And let's just see what's going on back up there. Well, the sheep are all looking good, just checking the screens there. Everything looks looking fine. Let's just have a quick pop in. And there we all are. Hello, sheep guys and girls. They seem perfectly healthy. They've got plenty of food and water. Yeah, doing very well. Now, I would like to get more sheep, and Dusty and I have talked about this, but that's just something to do in the meantime. That's one production chain. Now, a couple of months ago, when wool and the spinnery and therefore the tailor was our primary production chain, it was a concern to make sure that we had enough wool going in. But right now we've got so many other production chains now generating income for us. It's not such a priority as it perhaps once was. So the short story here is we don't have a huge amount of wool here. So we've got 3/4 of a pallet there, and you can see there's 3/4 of a pallet here over with these lot. So we don't need to worry about that just yet. Keep an eye on that. When that's full, we'll try and get that run down to the spinnery straight away. However, looking at the honey, the bees over the summer have been super busy. So I think we need to get that stowed away, that's for sure. And I'm fairly certain, just from memory, driving past backwards and forwards last month, we've got a fair few crates of lettuce as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that's 2, 4, 6 that side. That must be close to capacity. And another 6 that side as well. We know that we get a fair amount of cash for that at the end of the year when it comes to selling season. Okay, so that's 2 lots that we need to get moved with the forklift. Over here are silage bales. The pile is bigger than it was last year already, ladies and gentlemen, so that's a fair load of cash coming our way when we come to sell. And actually that reminds me, we do have a job for later on, which is our meadow. That is ready to be cut. As you can see, just the right length, fully grown. I think we need to get the mower on this. Yeah, that's always a job. Normally takes about half a day, but I think it's definitely worth doing. In terms of wood, I think we're pretty good down at the sawmill at the moment. We are set to chop this spinnery down at some point, and we are replanting trees as we go. We're just picking slightly more choice locations to put the wood back in. Just from an ecological point of view, I think it makes sense to balance everything out. So yeah, wood is on the agenda, but probably not for this month. Right, so let's just have a quick reminder where we are. This was limed. I think the bottom field is exactly the same. So this probably needs, yeah, it will need fertilizing and a crop to go in here. Let's have a quick check of the calendar to see where we are. It's September. Now, we could just drill this now, and that's fine. And then that could be harvested around the summer next year. If we're looking at things like wheat, barley, canola. I think I'm going to go for wheat. I think I'm just going to do wheat across the board here. I don't think it makes much sense about adding barley, although it does mean that we're spreading the harvesting. Anyway, that's a decision to be made, but we can drill next month as well. So what I'm thinking is, let's get the oilseed radish in these fields now, and then we can drill in October. And then as for the middle field, yes, this has already got weeds growing in it because we cultivated it and then didn't actually get around to doing anything with it. So, yes, I think we'll just drill this straight away, and I think perhaps we might drill this with barley. I'll make a decision on that in a minute, but yeah, let's go get Dusty and crack on with the day. Morning, Dusty. Are you set for another hard month?
Yeah, I'm just washing up. I'll be out with you in a minute. What's the first thing you want to do?
Well, I reckon we work the fields up by the homestead today. We've got these 3 that all need tending to because we kind of ran out of time last month.
Yeah, that's right. I'll jump straight into Landini and start cultivating.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Dusty. Thank you very much.
First things first, I think we're gonna get some barley in this field here. Right, that job's all done. I think it's time I hitched up the cultivator. It's cultivating time.
Dusty, have you got a bit of a cold? You sound a little bit hoarse.
Well, not really a cold so much as a good old hangover. I'll be alright, computer guy. Just gotta push on through.
Yeah, we ain't got time to dawdle around here, Dusty. Right, cultivation time it is then. I thought I'd take the opportunity while Dusty's cultivating our top field just to have a look at the homestead, the big picture, and I think it's gorgeous. I think it's lovely. I think everything that Dusty and I have done over the last 2 years is really paying dividends. There's still some things I'd like to do with the area structurally. I'm of the mind that one day we actually get rid of these fields. As soon as we pick up another big field, I think we can drop the middle field and certainly the lower one, because the lower one has got such an incline that it's very difficult to actually harvest that. The middle one is just such an obscure shape. The top field that Dusty's currently cultivating, I think would be a fantastic place to put all of our sheep, and I think that will be the long-term goal. We can then use this current space down at the bottom for a bit more storage, more barns and more areas for keeping all of our stock and crops. So that's another little mini goal on our way to $1 million bucks. But I am looking forward to it, and I hope you join us for the journey. Last little strip here from Dusty, then he's all done in the top field.
Yep, I'll take us straight down to the lower field. Might as well get that one cultivated while I got the equipment on.
Yeah, all over to you, Dusty. You carry on. Now, I have mentioned this before, but it has absolutely highlighted with the introduction of Field 21 to the operation that we need a second tractor. Now, we could go ahead and get another Landini, but as I said to Dusty before, I think I'd like to take the opportunity to pick up something bigger and better. So we're going to have to keep our eyes open in this store and see if there's any deals on. I'll have a look in there shortly, but if anything does come up, I think we need to be in a position to snap it up. I reckon we're going to be spending upwards of 100k easy. So it is going to slow our progress towards our $1 million goal, but I think it's going to be important because right now, while Dusty's doing this, there's very little else I can get on with. That said, I've just left Dusty on that field, so I can actually get on with this moving of equipment and moving of pallets, because we are in a state of disrepair at the moment. There's stuff everywhere, so let me deal with that while Dusty's finishing the field work. And I think I will be dealing with the honey first, because that really is stacking up. Forks are about right. I think that's where the forks were from the last lot of pallets we did down at the mill, so should just be a case of sliding this under. Just taking it easy, because I'm not overly familiar with this forklift just yet. There we go, nice and steady. I'll see if I can just get that on top of the other 4. I don't know if I can take 4. Let's give it a go. Should go high enough. Yeah, that's looking good. Right, let me get this stacked on top. It's going to be a bit precarious, but I'd rather do it in one hit if I can. Steady and slow wins the race. And there we go, that's not bad for a first attempt. Right, let's get these forks down. And let's see if I can lift the whole lot. Well, I am underneath, but we're a bit wobbly. Okay, slowly back it up. Let's lift. I just don't know if it's going to go. I don't want it to fall over. I'm not sure about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure. Very nervous. Right, I managed to get 3 on in the end. I've left 1 there. Even these are slipping. Yeah, I think... Oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I think we're okay. Let's just take it easy. Yeah, 3, I think, is as many as I am willing to take with something so fragile. I think I may have to be a bit more wary for the eggs as well, but I think we'll be alright trying to get 4 on when it comes to the lettuce. I don't think they're going to be as heavy, but we'll give that a go shortly. Right, in the barn. Let's just swing around and get these stacked. I'll just push them in front of the others, I think. I'm not going to worry about trying to get them on top. Looks like Dusty's doing a great job. I think we'll leave him to that. We will continue with our pallets. You alright there, Dusty?
Yeah, I'm fine. You carry on doing what you're doing and I'll meet you at some point later on.
Alright, Dusty. Cheers, buddy.
You're welcome.
Right, let's head up and get those crates of lettuce. Just, this ground here is quite bobbly. I think something we'll do over the next couple of months is just flatten this out, Dusty and I. Because when you're starting to come up and down here with crates and pallets on, it's not the best experience. Wow. It's just started raining and we got thunder off in the distance. Well, that's not going to help us for any field work we need to finish. Not sure we really want to mow in this either. Right, what have I got? 5 more crates of lettuce left. Hopefully this will clear up soon. The sky's looking alright. It's just a bit hazy overhead. Okay, let me get these crates in and yeah, then we'll have a think about what we can do with this weather. Right, this is the last pallet. I've done a reasonably good job. By my standards at least. I know Dusty could probably do this a lot tidier and a lot quicker than me, but we've got to work as a team here on the homestead. There's only 2 of us still. I do wonder if we'll ever have any staff. Well, we do have staff, I suppose, in effect, because the staff are down at the various production chains. Oh, what am I doing here? I really shouldn't do this whilst talking. Right. Let's see if that's done. There we go. Brilliant stuff. Not a bad job. Not a bad stack there at all. What have we got? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22. 22 pallets of lettuce. I think we'll get a nice pay for that when it comes to selling. What do you think, Dusty? I think the rain's going to be in for a good few hours yet. Do you still want to drill those 2 fields?
Well, I don't see why not. Yeah, okay, the weather's in, but we can still get the seed in the ground. It's gonna get a bit boggy up there, but I think it needs doing now. Otherwise, we might not get that crop in the ground.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true indeed. Yeah, it's horrible weather though. Alright, Dusty, yeah, you go ahead and do it. I think you're right. We need to get it in the ground, whatever happens.
Right on. Let's do this. First things first, though, computer guy. I'm gonna go put on my coat. That's better. That'll keep the rain off.
Yeah, you can't beat a good old wax jacket, can you, Dusty? Right, it's oilseed radish going in here, give us that first stage of fertilisation, so that should really help for next month. We'll get it ripped in the soil and then we'll get the proper crop drilled, so I think it's worthwhile. At the end of the day, if this isn't done perfectly or it gets a bit boggy, I don't think that's a big problem because it is just radish.
I may have made the wrong decision here. Only time will tell.
Yes, I suppose so, Dusty, but as I said, it's not hugely important if this doesn't go right because it is just radish.
Yeah, I suppose. But I do like to do things properly if I can.
I believe that's it from Dusty's point of view on this top field, so that's oilseed radish in there. I think the same again for the bottom, Dusty. Are you okay just to go and do that now, Dusty, while I have a look at what we're going to do with regards to the grass field?
Yeah. You head down to the meadow and see if you think you want to start that today, and I'll go finish this lower field. Then we're all done in terms of field work for the day.
Cheers, Dusty. Right, I'll see you up here momentarily then. I've just come down here and the rain has stopped. What unbelievable timing. So I think we can get on this field. It's going to take a little while to dry, but by the time we've got all the equipment all set up and ready to go, I think we can get on with it. So I think I can feel a time lapse coming on. Dusty's just grabbing all the equipment that we need. He's got the trailer. We'll pick up all the mowers and the windrowers and all the wrappers and everything. They're kind of spread all over the homestead at the minute just because we've been so busy over the last month or so. There we go, there's the other trailer. So yeah, once he's set everything up, then you can join me back down at the meadow and we shall crack on with everything. Well, that's the mowing done. Well done, Dusty. Thank you very much. Well, we've got everything wrapped, so now I just need to jump in the tractor and get all these bales loaded onto the back of the trailer, and then we'll get them stacked up down by the silo, and then it'll be job done. It takes a while, but it's always worth doing because of all the cash that we make at the end of the year. Dusty's fully laden there, quite a load, but I think we are going to make probably almost $1 million just out of silage alone this year. I really cannot wait for that big payday. Come on, Landini, just a bit more.
Well, I'm all done, computer guy.
Thank you very much, Dusty. That is a serious haul of silage now. I wonder if we'll get one more mow out of that meadow this year before we have to send it all down to the animal dealer. I'd like to think so, but we'll have to see.
We might be cutting it fine, but yeah, I agree. It would be nice to get another load on. That would really make a big difference to our end score.
Absolutely. I think each one of these trailers must be worth, I don't know, at least 150k at that.
While I'm down here with my grandpappy's field 21, I'm gonna get this cultivated.
Thank you, Dusty, I appreciate that. And then we'll be all set for next month.
Well, that was my thinking.
As we can see, that will make a big difference to the fertilised state. Saves us a bit of money actually on a field this size. If we were to spray this or even use solid fertiliser, that would make quite a dent. The other good thing about this is during the process, as you can see, we are churning up more rocks. So more rocks means more lime for our fields, but certainly more lime to sell as a mini production chain. Oh, thanks for that, Dusty. That's a great job. Do you reckon we've got time to pick the stones with the stone picker?
Yeah, I reckon so. I'll go get it hitched up now. We can get that done.
I thought I'd jump into the used vehicle sales while Dusty's finishing off picking all the stones out of that field. It's been a long while since we've had a look in the store, but I don't think there's really anything here that we need. Something is making me want to buy the conveyor belt there on the left hand side for $5.5 grand. We could afford it. I don't know why I want to buy it. I think it might be useful at some point, and that is a good bargain. However, the telehandler, the truck, I mean, yeah, a truck's useful for hauling stuff, but there are cheaper ways to basically just drag a trailer around. We definitely don't need anything in terms of slurry tankers. And there's a van that we already have on loan at the minute anyway. So yes, nothing really of any importance right now, but I will come back next month and see if there's anything we can pick up. I am really desperate for another tractor.
Well, I'm all done, computer guy. Did you find anything worthwhile in the store?
No, not really, Dusty. We'll just have to see maybe what comes up next month, I suppose.
Okay with me. I think we got enough equipment for now as it is anyway.
I just feel like we need a second tractor because right now I can't do anything if you're working the fields. A second tractor would allow me to cart or maybe even to move stuff around with the trailer. I could even go and mow our meadow while you're tending to the fields.
Yeah, I get all that. I think we're just gonna have to save up.
Yeah, well, ain't that always the story, Dusty? Saving up?
Yep, that's how business works.
Well, I think we've done a good job. Let's go and check how this production chain's working. 262 litres of stones here, and we're currently selling 13.65. I'm not sure quite where they get sold to, or when we get that money. But, yep. Something's happening. It's already converted all those stones to lime, so that's all working quite nicely. Well, it's 5:20. The sun is setting slowly but surely, and we now have $9.5 grand in the bank, so selling of that lime automatically is working quite well. Right, I think this is the last job for the day. I want to get some of these pallets loaded out of the way, only because the production chain will come to a halt if I don't make enough space for it. So let me just whiz around here, get myself turned around, and I'll get some of these stacked up to the left hand side there. There we go. And there's enough weight. Lovely. I'm getting the hang of this. It's not about getting as much as you can onto the actual forks. It's more about just loading things up safely and surely. Number 2, in fact this one has just come out of production, so just as I was thinking, we are backlogging already. We're making an awful lot of flour. Let's get that out there. It is getting dark over here. Do these lights go on? Yes, that's better. See what I'm doing now. Right, last one. Get that down there. Easy, easy, easy. Yes, well done. I'm getting the hang of this. That has taken quite a while, but look at the pile. We're looking at 22, 23 pallets of flour here. That is unbelievable, considering this production chain has only just really started in operation last month. I'm well chuffed with that. I think that's going to be another lucrative venture. Although I must say, I do feel that the mill here is very much a seasonal operation, because obviously it will only have enough content crop in it to produce flour at the end of harvest. So we'll just have to see how far that goes. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that feels like the last big job of the day. Well, that's a good month done there, ladies and gentlemen. That's September done and dusted. 6 PM with just shy of 10 grand in the bank. Now, I'd like to get a little bit more cash in next month and see if we can't pick up a few bits of equipment. We spent a lot of money on land and production chains recently. I've just got that itch to buy something new. But the sun is setting over the mountains here, and I think that is a perfect place to wrap things up. So thank you for joining me and Dusty again on this episode. I'll leave a couple of cards on the screen for any other episodes you may have missed, or perhaps for a video that YouTube deems worthy of your viewing time. I hope to see you all again soon. Until then, bye bye, take care.